Yep. You're fine.
Good. Hi, we're live. How's everybody doing today?
Good morning.
This is the Uncanny Omar, and to my right, your left,
Astonishing Melanie.
it's the Astonishing Melanie. Hope everybody's having...
Omni.
Here, let me do something really quick. Last time, there we go. Is that a little bit better? That way you can see our shirts.
Yeah, our matching couple shirts. How romantic.
Was that what it's supposed to be? Matching couples? I thought it was just an accident that I bought this. I'm just kidding. You got this for me.
Yeah.
No, I did not go to Starbucks. Nobody went to Starbucks.
He was working out in the garage.
I was working out in the garage. Yeah.
Just got
and I just got finished. I'm like, I got time. I'm really bad at time management. But
yeah, Tyler's mad you're late.
Tyler?
It's just 2 minutes.
Which Tyler?
Tyler Peck.
Oh, Tyler Peck. I'm sorry, Tyler. Damn it. Damn it. So, yeah, good morning. Where's everybody from? Let us know, please. Peace and love from Malaysia. It's Sunday morning here. You are in the future, or we are in your past.
Sorry. Joseph said it's been a few weeks since I dropped in.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? All-Star Comics, that Gary Frank artwork there.
Luis is reading Paper Girls for the first time.
Oh, awesome. Oh, you're in for a treat. It's so good. Shucks, just Omar and Melanie. I was hoping Lydia and Alicia were hosting today.
They're still in bed.
Those kids are still in bed. No X-Men on shirts. Unacceptable. Right? We need to get some X-Men shirts.
I didn't design it.
Actually, it's probably during the time when X-Men were still like, maybe they're going to show up in the MCU. I don't know. Morning from Vancouver. What's up, Jaggernaut? Hi, Omar. Hi, Melanie from the UK. It's always good seeing you both. Omar, after Flash Omni Volume 2, Johns, what's next to read before Flashpoint? Flash Rebirth? Actually, go read Infinite Crisis, man. If you've not read Infinite Crisis, and then that takes you to Flash Volume 3, which is another character playing the role of Flash. It's not Wally West, but I'm not going to spoil who it is. And then there is a Flash Rebirth, Flash of Three Worlds, and then Flash Volume 5, 1 through 8. That is not collected in the Omnibus. So,
Ace was teaching me a new word, or maybe that's what you did teach me, Ace. I can't remember. Let me try to pronounce it. It's pulchritude.
I got you.
Pulchritudinous.
Pulchritudinous.
Thank you, Ace.
What are you doing, Ace? Did you just look that up? Omar all sweaty.
No,
man, I took a shower.
Yeah,
Took a shower. I can't just jump in here after working out. What's up, Andrew Kennedy? How you doing, buddy? 4 p.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. Liar. Birmingham, UK. There's no way 4 p.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. Good evening from the GB again. Always nice to catch you live. Hope you have a wonderful day. You as well. Thank you so much, Ileana. Roberto Rodriguez. I'm from the new colony of Omni-Geddon survivors, January 2021. Now we wait for orders to process. Yeah, man. That first week.
Okay, Ace has used the word 20 tims.
What? I've used that word like 20 times towards Melanie. Okay. Is it good?
Tech with you, Michael said, you'll pull critidunious words.
Omar, it's great seeing you with your daughters on a video. It's 4 p.m. here in England. Thank you so much. Yeah, they're awesome, man. Those kids are great. It helps that they're smart like their mother, and they're professional like their father.
Yeah, look, you could like answer these questions right off the top of your head.
Well, I know, but there's a difference. Like, they're book smart. I'm street smart.
You're literally
I'm comic book smart. I'm comic book smart. What's up, Eric Garza? How you doing, buddy? Hey, I saw your comment on the Michael Cho artwork. So that's really cool that they're using those as placeholders. So Michael Cho will be doing the covers to those Marvel Masterworks, Mighty Marvel Masterworks. Man, they were using the art that he did for Mondo as placeholders. So that's really cool. Good evening, Minties. Hope y'all are safe and healthy. Yeah, we are.
Mighty Silverback has a question for everybody if you go down.
Okay.
All right, wait.
Why don't you take control?
Okay. Mighty Silverback has a question for you guys. Has anyone recently bought a Snyder and 52 Batman Omni? I've seen comments saying newer printings have better bindings.
Oh, cool.
Fact check.
Not I, because here, go up for a second. Not I, because I have the original or the first printing, and that one's tight, but hopefully after some reads, What's up, Dime Bree collectors? Happy Saturday. Let's comic book. I like that. Ted.
That's a good catchphrase.
Hey, peeps. Yeah, we better copyright that right now before Dying Breed Collectors takes it. I'm just kidding. Sugar Time in Georgia. What's up, Punisher by Rock? Dude, what's going to happen after I announce that? What's going to be the next book? Nick Fury by Garth Ennis, I think would be good. Or Wolverine by Rucka would be awesome, right? I think that would be good. We got a super chat really quick. I finally figured out how to change my password for super chat. That was you, Mike Irish.
Oh, yeah.
Any word on a Charles Soule Daredevil omnibus? Boy, you're in luck. I just announced it on Monday, so you got your $5 worth of good news. Charles Soule omnibus coming out in August 2021. I don't have the content yet. David was really busy this week. He had a lot of international meetings and stuff, so I didn't want to bug him. So I'll ask for it next week, so we'll know what that will contain. But yes, the Charles Soule Daredevil omnibus is coming in August. So congratulations, man. Look, you gave me $5. I gave you good news. Anybody else got money? I may or may not have good news.
Dying Breed Collector says she owe me a nickel, Melanie. Oh, well, here, this would be a good segue to explain my catchphrase.
What?
Right?
Thanks, brother. After a whirlwind of a week, forward to some Saturday morning comics talk. Thanks, brother. You too, man. And it's been a crazy week for us too, but you know what? We're gonna stay positive. But go ahead, baby. What were you saying? Your catchphrase?
But stay minty. So when we did About Heroes,
it was a podcast we started.
Like 2005, 2006. That's how we would sign off. I'd say, stay geeky. I'm like, well, maybe I should change it for the channel. I said, stay minty. But I never really liked it because it didn't make so much sense. So I decided to change it in the video we posted a couple of days ago. And I'm going to try that out and see if I like it. Well, I married him.
That's not a catchphrase. Let's see.
I wonder why.
Got a Soul Daredevil. Now just praying for Aaron, Thor, and Slot Spider-Man. I don't think you have to pray much for that Aaron Thor. I think that's a given. That one's coming. We don't know when. But I mean, David said it was coming. It's just a matter of time before I announce it. And it's going to be funny when I announce it because everybody's going to be like, yeah, we know. Because we all kind of figured that it's going to come. Except for Jason Aaron. He might be surprised. Hey, Omar, I'm reading Asterix for the first time. Really enjoying it so far, but switched out. But they switched out Getafix. What? So I've never read Asterix. I just got a few of the hardcovers, and it's one of the things that
I thought you had.
No, I've never read it. Like a lot of my subscribers, a lot of my viewers, a lot of you all have suggested reading it after I was reading some. What was it? It was a couple years ago when I started talking more and more about other comics other than superhero books that I was into, because I figured superhero books gets a lot of attention. And when we were building the channel, I wanted to focus more on Marvel and DC. And then I started showing more of myself, like talking about Duck comics, my love of Duck comics. And then I started talking about my European comics, my manga, and all that. And and then a lot of people started suggesting things like what to read. Thank you so much.
Water Bear.
Water Bear. I really hope that's your name. Hello. I watched Pulp while listening to Frank Sinatra's My Way in Comixology. Oh, you read Pulp. Awesome. It's an amazing impression. Please recommend similar comics to Pulp. Well, you're in luck because they have an entire library. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips have worked together. Geez, it's been decades. Sleeper, Scene of the Crime, Criminal, which volumes 1 and 2 are going to be printed by Image sometime next year. Incognito, which is still on hiatus. That one's still on hiatus, sadly. Fatale and Fade Out. Check those out, man. But Sleeper is great. I can't remember if that one's out of print or not, but it's a really good book. It's over. That's the only one that's not printed by Image. That one's printed by DC when it was Vertigo. Ashley, what's up? I really want a Bagley Spider-Man omnibus. Love this art. So many good memories from high school when I couldn't afford to buy comics. Used to borrow them from a friend. Yeah. That's one that I suggested to David. Like, that would be a really cool omnibus to have, especially between Spider-Man versus Venom and the Clone Saga Volume 1. I think that's the one we need. What do you think?
Oh, I was reading Danny C's comment.
Oh.
It means stay minty means eat a lot of mints. Oh, wait. Ace said Google said that Water Bear's name means green.
Velvet is solid, but that wasn't Sean Phillips, right? Velvet was Steve Epting. And I have a mad crush on Velvet. That chick is smoking. But she's an age like she's a super spy. She's like James Bond, but she's in her 40s. So it's a really cool protagonist that they have in that book, and she is smoking hot. If you've not read Velvet, you should read Velvet. You'll agree with me. Oh, what do you mean when you say it's on hiatus? It means that the creators decided to take a break. Kind of like Saga. Saga is currently on hiatus. It was supposed to be a year. We had a pandemic, so it's not like they're traveling anywhere. So I really don't know what. Sometimes hiatus.
You don't know their lives.
I don't know their lives. You're right. I don't know their. That's hashtag Omar doesn't know Brian K. Vaughn's life. I really don't. Sometimes a hiatus can be, 6 months, 7 months when the artist or the writer just has writer's block and they want to come back to it, and when they get ideas. Sometimes a hiatus can be over a decade. I mean, for us that have been reading manga for a long time, we're still waiting for that X to wrap up. We're waiting for Bastard to wrap up. Vagabond is on hiatus. Yeah, so this is a common thing in manga. I mean, like, Miura goes on break like every year. He's like, every year for the last decade, I see an article. Miura's taking a break from Young Animal magazine for Berserk, right? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, and water is still wet. Like, that is not breaking news at all. He's always taking a break. So I did want to start off the episode with a little chipper note, but yeah. So Steve Lytle passed away yesterday because of COVID complications, and his wife, put out a beautiful message. His son got on his Facebook and talked about how much all of us meant to him, all the people that communicated with him. And throughout the years, I've only talked to him a couple of times on his Facebook page, and he was a really nice guy. I never got to meet him, but I remember buying X-Men, Classic X-Men, and then Marvel Comics Presents because of his artwork, his covers. And I just wanted to showcase one of my favorite covers. And yeah, he passed away, and he was young. He was taken from us too soon. And every interaction I had with him on Facebook, he was so nice. And from what I saw, everybody talking to his wife and his son, like, he was a super nice guy. But yeah, he passed away yesterday, and that really sucks. So condolences to his family. And I know his wife is having a really hard time because she talked about how everywhere she looks, she's reminded of Steve because they covered their house with his artwork and all his books and everything that he worked on. So that really sucks. So yeah, condolences to his whole family. Omar, let's get to some questions. When is the restock of Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 2 coming out? I don't know. I sent a list over to David, and he's got the list. I think he's looking over some things. Now, I will say that some of these restocks have been stealth restocks. And what that means, it means that there's no announcement. There's no me going, by the way, go here. Like, you all know that a few weeks ago, somebody said, Absolute Carnage is now in stock somewhere, and then it was gone. That's how we found out. I don't know. The people selling the books don't know until they get there, and then they have to update their books for sale. So that's what a stealth reprint is. It's not like when I announce we're getting a new printing of Annihilation Conquest. They'll be in stores in May 25th. It's a little different than that. It's literally the restock is coming. It'll be stealth. Nobody will hear about it. And I know at least with Cheap Graphic Novels, that's our sponsor. Let's check them out. 50% off, up to 50% off. But anyway, they have a wish list. And when you put something on your wish list, they'll automatically email you, letting you know when a book is in stock. So I've suggested that to some people, and some people have thanked me for that idea. It's a really good idea. Whether you want the book or not, at least they will notify you, hey, this book is in stock. Then you have a chance to think about it and get it. And like I said, I don't like driving FOMO in people, but I know there's a lot of people that want these books, especially with Wolverine. And that's the one I'm a little worried about when Wolverine 1 comes back into stock, that it will be a stealth reprint, or I'm sorry, a stealth restock, and everybody's going to miss out on it except for the people that are F5, F5, F5. That means refresh.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Tolliver. Good morning. Nice t-shirts. Yesterday, I walked into a small comic store and left with a Thor by Simonson Omni signed by Stan Lee and
Whoa!
Simonson. That's really cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Now that's a good story.
Yeah.
You keep that forever.
That's really cool. And we have another super chat. Thank you, Jacob. When we see these delays that cause so many Omnis to release on the same day, like this past week, is the publisher or Diamond to blame for that?
I don't think so. A lot of people factor into this, right? It's not just the publisher, it's not just the distributor, but also the shipping service, not just the U.S. Postal Service or FedEx or USPS, but also the people delivering these books from the printer. Sometimes, and then customs. That's another thing that I didn't even think about before I started talking to Marvel. Sometimes these books get stuck in customs. Like customs has to make sure these are actual books and nobody's importing drugs or whatever, right? Because we're talking about crates, like full pallets full of books that are heavy. So some, like I think it was the case of Conan Volume 3 or 4. One of those got stuck in customs for almost a month. Absolute Carnage got stuck in customs. So it's really, a lot of people factor into this. The publisher decides, let's release it this month. They have a date. The printer has a due date, and then the distributor has the due date of giving these books out, because they're the ones that say this book will be out here. And then sometimes because of the postal service or because of shipping, and I'm not blaming just them because they really did bust their ass, things like that happen. That things get delayed, and then everything happens in one day, and holy crap, the consumers are suffering. But you guys, I mean, from what I've seen so far, holy crap, those books still sold. X-Men by Jim Lee and Uncanny X-Men Volume 3, those books still sold. Now, I know that Cheap Graphic Novels didn't get all their, I don't think they got all their stock of Uncanny X-Men Volume 3. And then I know that 2 days later, In Stock Trades got the rest of their stock. So
Fraser has a question to go along with what you were speaking about earlier about reprints. What is the purpose of doing a reprint with no announcement? Or a restock?
A restock is different than a reprint, right? A restock means this is still the same batch of printing, and we're gonna restock it. That's it. A reprint is literally they have to create a new ISBN number. Files have to be sent to the printer in order to get this book printed. Quality control has to check it to make sure the pages are in order. And every once in a while, quality control.
So what's the point of the stealthy restock?
The restock will be for people that people like Cheap Graphic Novels or In Stock Trades that bothered back ordering books.
Oh,
so they're filling back orders, right? So that's what I'm worried about, is that these restocks are just going to be back orders, meaning that if you put an order in, it was canceled, that back order is still in the system, and Diamond is fulfilling it with the printer. And I'm so sorry. This is all kind of confusing, and I realize that, but I hope I'm able to explain it a little bit to make things a little more clear for you all, because I myself have learned so much just in the last. I guess it's almost been 2 years.
And I learned doing these live chats, because we don't sit around and talk about this. Just like there's stuff at work that
right.
You can't tell every single thing you learn all day. JT Kamer asked, "What equipment would you put in a home library, Melanie and Omar?" So I guess I'm not quite sure of the question. Equipment like the bookshelves, or
like a Japanese fembot to pick a book out for me and turn the page so I don't get it dirty.
We shop from IKEA.
Shh. This episode's not brought to you by IKEA.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you for the super chat, brother. Blame David and Omar. Just kidding. Can we expect any new Fantastic Four Omnibus this year? Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 4. I announced that. We still have that fourth quarter, so I'm not sure what will be left. Should do that one.
I think. Oh no, sorry, missed the super chat. Why? Where are you? There we are.
Hey, why? Thank you for the super chat. Captain America by Brubaker, Omnibus reprints, all 5 volumes. So far, we know of 2 of those that are being reprinted. The original Captain America by Ed Brubaker, Omnibus and then the Death of Captain America coming out in that one's I think July or August. That's all we know so far. And Death of Captain America was voted number 5 in our most wanted reprint books. So I'll be doing that poll again sometime in the upcoming weeks.
Thank you, Connor. Afternoon, all from Ireland.
Thank
Omar
you.
and Melanie, what are you looking forward to in 2021 from Marvel DC, such as Silk, Alien, or Swamp Thing, etc.?
I actually I made a video I'm putting together about my things I'm looking forward to the most in 2021. As far as like collected editions, and I'm not discriminating. I put everything in there. I put oversized hardcovers, manga, and epics. So not just omnis. What about you? What are you looking forward to the most?
I don't watch your videos, so I don't know what's being
What
announced.
the hell?
I let them play, and I hit like. Oh, whatever. I always watch part of whatever.
Part of my videos.
For you, Wolverine. Volume 2.
There we go. Damn right, Wolverine.
No,
Volume 2. You better buy 3 copies
Wolverine.
of that, woman.
I love Wolverine.
As well as you should.
3.
Freddie already knows. But how many do you I told him that sometimes David lets me know things ahead of time and I can't say a word. So whenever David showed up in the chat, he was talking about, some books that are coming. And I was like, but you told me not to say anything.
He's
but you're VP, so you do what you want to, man.
He's like, oh, well, if I do it, it's okay, right?
Oh, thank you so much, Oscari Aurala. Just a little
you.
something to support you guys. Now it's coming out in Omni format. I'm curious, would you recommend Charles Soule's Daredevil run? Also, Ultimate Spider-Man reprint. Tell David. I don't. Okay, as far as Ultimate Spider-Man, that's a book I've been pushing for a while, and he still says maybe. So we will see. As far as Charles Soule's Daredevil, I thought it was solid. It had a freaking awesome start. The middle kind of dipped a little bit, and then it picked up towards the end. However, the artwork by Ron Garney is freaking awesome and well worth the price of admission for that oversized artwork. It is freaking awesome. I'm serious. If you like oversized artwork, I don't know the content yet. As soon as I know the content, I'll put it on our social media.
I have a question about Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm not a business person at all, but I think it would sell really well.
I'll tell you why here in a second.
Okay.
No, I mean, not just you, but everybody that's like, why won't they reprint it? I will tell you why here in a second. Or what I think. Now that DC is going into a new era, what do you prefer, New 52 or Rebirth? Man, let me tell you, CA, California. I thought Rebirth restored my love of the DC universe, right? Rebirth, there's a scene in the Rebirth one shot, and I'm sorry I'm spoiling this for anybody that hasn't read Rebirth yet, but I just have to talk about it, where Barry... Okay, so let me during the New 52, they got rid of Wally West. Not just like got rid of him like, oh, he's dead, or no, he never existed. They got rid of Wally West, my Flash that I grew up with. So in the Rebirth one shot, there is a beautiful scene where Barry starts remembering Wally West, and Wally comes out and he hugs him, and they're both, they got tears in their eyes. And I'm like, that symbolized to me the return of classic DC comic storytelling. They brought back Superman and his family, right? Not just Superman, young Superman wearing jeans. Superman, my Superman, the death and return of Superman with Lois, and he had a son. It was like the return of these classic stories. And then they started switching around creators. Tomasi left. Tynion left Detective. I mean, King's the only one that stayed with Batman, and then even he left. And it just kind of... I still think Rebirth is a stronger read overall, but it wasn't as good as those first... That first year. The first couple of years, it was amazing to be a DC reader. There was another super chat. Thank you, baby. My favorite video of yours is a Legion of Superheroes. And thank you so much, Luis Ryan, for the super chat. Superheroes 5 years later omnibus review. My copy just came in this week, and I'm really digging it. Cheers. Thank you, man. That overview, I don't like to do overviews if I'm not familiar with the material, unless I read a lot of it. And then sometimes I have to refamiliarize myself. Is that a word? Sure. I have to remember what these stories were about, so I have to reread some parts of these Omnis.
No, it's just familiarize.
But
that's the act of what you're doing.
But if
Unless
I was
you're doing
already
it for a second time.
I'm doing it for a second time.
Oh yeah,
Come
sure.
on, you got a master's in English,
and
I get a short. Okay, whatever. All right, but where was I? You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Somebody said David just wants to be like you and get to announce something sometimes.
That man has been invited on my show since we started talking on the phone, so he knows.
Wait, okay, so just really quick, what about Ultimate Spider-Man?
Ultimate Spider-Man. So let's talk about that. So Ultimate Spider-Man was the very first omnibus, right? It was a Barnes & Noble trial exclusive omnibus. They wanted to see what the sales were like, and the sales were okay. Not great. So then they decided, well, let's try out this format in the, in the book market and in the direct market for everybody. So we had Fantastic Four. That was our real first omnibus because it had a Marvel omnibus, even though the logo Marvel was red on white instead of the classic white on red. For the second printing, it did go back to the classic white on red. Then years later, about 7 or 8 years later, they tried it again. They said, okay, Ultimate Spider-Man didn't sell that great in the direct market, or I'm sorry, at Barnes & Noble. Let's try to sell it to everybody now that people are buying more and more Omnis. And the sales of it were just okay. They weren't the greatest. And that's twice that they tried, right? So I think that has a lot to, I don't know for sure, right? I think that has a lot to do. It's like we tried twice and it just didn't speak to a lot of people. But I do keep reminding them that this is different times. Like we have so many, look how many of you wonderful people have started collecting or reading or buying these collected editions, like omnibus editions, just in 2020. So that's what I keep reminding him of. We have a completely different generation buying these things. And on top of that, the people that read Ultimate Spider-Man as kids are almost 30, I would say, right? Oh my gosh, 2000? Yeah. If you were 10 years old in 2000 and reading Ultimate Spider-Man, then you're 30. Oh my gosh.
So
I better stop aging myself.
Most likely you have more money.
Exactly. You got a job and you're like, I want to relive that.
Okay. Well, thank you for the explanation.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Lionheart. Hey!
Lionheart put me on the spot.
What's the history and origin of Lady Death? Go.
Brian Pulido created that character, and
how do you know this off the top of your head?
No, that one's easy though. That one's because I used to work at a comic book store. I don't remember names. And I know nothing about her. I know she first appeared in an Evil Ernie comic book, and I know she was hot for a long time. I watched the hot as in like money, not hot.
No, it can be both.
She's always hot. Okay, Lady Death is always. Have you seen her outfit? Anyway, I know nothing of her other than I actually saw the anime, and that's it. I don't know anything about her comic book. It's a comic book I never read because to me, even then, I didn't really get books like that, and I'm not shaming anybody that did. More power to you if you did and you really enjoyed it. I could have been missing out on one of the greatest comics of all time. It just wasn't for me. I was in high school when that stuff was coming out, and I was limited budgeting, and I was buying every freaking X-Men title, and they were like 30 at the time. So I was like, wait, no Lady Death for me. I gotta get New Excalibur, or no, I'm just X Factor by Howard Mackie, which wasn't even the greatest. But anyway,
because you love stories more than hot women.
I really need to reassess my priorities.
And you ain't go on dates because you were buying comics.
What does that say about you, though, Melanie? You are hot.
Well, thank you.
So, never mind. Anyway, I know you got your love for Wally and Kyle, but any love for Connor Hawk, I think of the 90s legacy characters, he's one of the more underused, especially these days. Honestly, Connor Hawk was a character that literally, much like Kyle, got thrown into the role of Green Arrow, right? Something happened to Ollie. For those of you that don't know. And Connor Hawk had to take the role of his father, and he became Green Arrow. And he became Green Arrow for many years. It wasn't until the Kevin Smith storyline, what was it, Quiver, that Green Arrow came back. So yeah, I love Connor Hawk, but sadly, Connor Hawk is also one of those characters that's just Hasn't been around. I think Judd Winnick used him for a little while. Brad Meltzer used him, but during the New 52, during Rebirth, this is a character that hasn't been used. You're right.
Before I go on to this really good next question, a couple people were saying like it'd be great to have behind the scenes videos, or the girls doing a review of us just sitting there and stuff like that.
Watch, making sure they don't mess up.
I think that kind of stuff is fun too. So that's really cool that that you guys are interested. So I think that's definitely something we could do. With fun behind the scenes stuff.
So I mentioned this before in the prior shows about how we're switching up a little bit of our Patreon, and that's coming this week for those people that have been emailing me and asking me and waiting to join Patreon until we.
And I keep asking him.
Well, I guess I want to make sure the time is right, and I don't want to rush it. You literally said don't rush it.
I did?
You wrote it down in big letters. Anyway.
No, I didn't.
So my point is that some of that kind of stuff.
Oh, I did.
Some of that stuff will be on there. Get to the next question.
Well, now I'm rushing it. I'm excited.
So we do have a Patreon.
I want you to put out the video.
Now, okay, and the people that are already on Patreon, you don't have to worry about like money going up or anything like that. You're already locked into whatever it is. We're just changing the name and then also adding another tier and other rewards. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Hey guys, I want to start reading older comics, 70s and 80s, but I can't get over the dialogue. It's so different. Any tips to get me started?
It's a really good question.
No.
I think I appreciate how it's worded, that there is a difference. However, I'm not the type of person to continue for long stints reading it. So I completely understand what you mean. It's like it's a little bit of work, but I appreciate and enjoy the difference for a while, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. What about you? But you grew up. I grew up reading one title, Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
You've read so much. What do you think?
I think it depends on you. I mean, if it's not for you, sometimes there are things that are not for you, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
There are people that can't get into manga because they can't literally make their brains read right to left, and there's nothing wrong with that. There are people that can't get into.
You grew up for years and years reading one way.
I tell you,
it could be really difficult.
I tell you this, I'm not into the Golden Age stuff, whether it's Marvel or DC. Marvel is a little different, but even then, I'm not a big fan of of DC or Marvel Golden Age. I can't get into that type of storytelling. It's
especially our storytelling has changed so much, and now it's instantaneous what we get.
And I feel like the Silver Age,
social media.
The Silver Age at DC, I couldn't get into. I can get into Marvel Silver Age because it's wordy, it's more sciencey. DC Silver Age, from what I've read Batman and Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, and I just could not get into those books. And maybe I'm saying there's nothing wrong with you because I'm trying to say there's nothing wrong with me because I could get into it. But yeah, I think people just have certain things we like. Omar, when can we talk about Cobra Kai season 3? First of all, Lionheart soon. Eagle Fang Karate. Omar, do you think there's enough demand for Captain Britain reprint?
Thank you, Tony Richard.
Thank you for the super chat. Excited for Excalibur, but Cap Brit Omnis go for £200. That is pounds, right? On the third market. Well, David said it's in the works. He was here last Saturday in the chat, and he said it's in the works. And it's a book you all voted for. Top 10 most wanted reprints. So if the VP of sales marketing Marvel says yes, then it's in the works. We don't know when, but it will come.
Sergio asks, as an English teacher, what's better when it comes to literature, the modern comics, Silver Age, or Golden Age? I think I stand by my answer. It's just there's nothing wrong with storytelling changing, and maybe to some people evolving, or maybe not. It's just your opinion if it's evolving. But yeah, I mean, lots of times generations think the past I'm sorry, that the next generation is like, well, back in my day, this is how we do it. And I completely feel that way about some things. But it's just time is always changing. So I don't think any of them are better or.
You also love the way people spoke, though. Like, you like old times. Like, when we watch westerns, you actually, the only reason you watch is because you love the way they talk.
What was that one that was a book?
Oh,
in a remake?
They remade it. Oh my goodness, it's the Coen brothers with
I love their dialogue and teaching.
Dang it, I can't remember.
Teaching in high school at a farm.
John Wayne played him in the original one. He had an eye patch.
Somebody will tell us.
I know somebody.
So teaching in a farming community, I just love different dialects. I love writing with different dialects, and I just love listening to voice actors.
Jacob, thank you so much. Just throwing you some more because Eagle Fang Karate shout out.
Thank you, Jacob.
Dude, I pre-ordered that shirt. I'm going to be wearing it on the show. I love that show. Hey, Omar,
it's really,
this is
really
Gabriel,
good.
the one you sent the letter, and also thank you for the Oh, hey! Dude, thank you so much. That is so sweet. I heard, I was talking to your dad, and he messaged me saying that you got the comics, and I sent you a letter, and I'm so glad, and please write me back. Okay, I gave your dad the address, so please write me anything, and I will read it on the air. I'll be happy to do that.
Well,
no,
let's put. Okay,
I don't have it yet.
What? No, the address.
Oh yes, the address.
Okay.
I thought you were going to show it. So this is our address for anybody that wants to.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and show it. We didn't get an email this week, so we're not waiting till noon.
Yeah, we have some artwork to show here at noon.
Yes.
But here is our P.O. box. It's also in the description of the video if you want to mail us a letter or artwork or whatever you want to send us. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
We'll display it. Appreciate it.
And yeah, we appreciate everything we get. So thank you all. Cobra Kai reminds me of WB show. No! Tasty Melon. No! It's so much better, dude. How dare you, sir? Hey, Omar and Melanie. Does all the copies of ASM by JMS Omnibus Volume 2 reprints got rounded spines? I know the ones that Cheap Graphic Novels got, they're all rounded. But I think Morbius and She-Hulk are square, which is really weird. Oh. Hi, guys. Are you making a video about the new printing of Amazing? When? This coming week. Actually, maybe even tomorrow. Today, I'm doing a video later this afternoon on this manga, recently published. And then probably tomorrow I'll do Amazing Spider-Man. Tomorrow or Monday.
We'll write down the calendar tomorrow.
Okay, write down on calendar.
Okay.
Write down on calendar, Danny. Write down, Danny.
I'll answer a question.
Go ahead.
As a fellow grammar and English enthusiast, how sad does the current text influence vernacular make you? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't shorten. Like, let's say when I'm texting, I don't say NP for no problem. But sometimes if I'm doing speech to text, the punctuation's left out and it still bothers me. I hate texting. I keep typing it wrong all the time. Why do I keep texting? Because that's just what we do. Listen, if they had like Washu from Tichimuyo and you could just pull up the hologram keyboard, and I know they've got something similar to that, but I want it in the air like that. And actually type. Oh, anywho, I think it used to bother me, but now it doesn't. I think just like I was saying earlier, the English language changes. It changed from from the 1600s. My younger daughter will say things like NP.
Oh gosh.
I can't remember what else she'll say, and it's awfully cute.
OP, overpowered.
And I'm like, wow, she's really affected by this. She is growing up with this. Yeah. This change.
We didn't know what sus was until they started playing Among Us.
Oh yeah, and I tried to use it in a video.
You're so sus. Have you ever read an omnibus in a single sitting?
Got a super chat.
I'll go get that one. Have you ever read an omnibus in a single sitting?
Oh, God,
one? Yes.
True Grit. Sorry.
True Grit was the movie.
You have?
Yep.
Woo! No,
I have done Bendis. Brian Michael Bendis' Miles Morales. One sitting. I will never forget that because I really enjoyed it. And I was just blown away about how much I really cared about that character. I did that in one sitting. There was another one. It wasn't that big, like Devil Dinosaur in one sitting.
Wow. Did you just really like it? Or it was just a relaxing time?
Devil Dinosaur was only 9 issues.
Oh, okay.
But maybe Wolverine Goes to Hell by Jason Aaron. That was one that I couldn't wait to read. That's
title.
That's the title.
I love it. Jason Goes to Hell.
No, not Jason Goes to Hell. Wolverine Goes to Hell.
Remember when you teased Ben and you said that Ernest goes to hell instead of Ernest goes to camp?
Wow. Thank you so
Steven!
much for the super chat. That is so sweet. Morning, Omar and Melanie. Been following the content for a while now. First time catching it live. I want to share my support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Started collecting due to NMC reading orders. Thank you. Any thoughts on a Flash Wade Omni? I would love that. Coming from DC. They're about to wrap up Mark Waid's Flash run in thick trade paperback format. We're going to have everything. Just about. There's one issue that's missing from Volume 8 that is not written by Wade, but it would have been nice to add it in there, and then that would have tied it nice to that Jeff Johns run. I hate orphaned issues, and that's one that but my contacts aren't getting back to me, so I don't know if they'll add it or not.
You should have Omar's Orphanarium. Is that a word? Omar's Orphanage.
I'm going to have
orphan issues.
Orphaned Omnibus editions, where it's all these issues from just all over the place.
Hey,
from DC,
actually,
from
that
Marvel.
could be a
That's never going to
piece
happen.
of content for the channel. I'm going to give you more work, baby, because I can't do it.
Okay, so
I'm secretary.
I'm thinking if everything, I'm trying to stay positive with DC and the way they're heading. And if everything after this restructure goes back, the fourth quarter will give us the books, as many books as we used to have in the DC catalog. And I'm hoping one of those books, I mean, they need to finish Mike Grell's Green Arrow and what's it called? Batman by Snyder. Let me add Maddie in here.
We kept hitting it at the same time.
That's usually what we do too. Hello, Maddie. You got your
But what? I would love a Flash by
Mark
Waid on the base. I'm with you. That's one that I really want.
Did you get your curtain rods up?
We got 2 of them up, and then we took a break.
Okay.
Oh man, I bought things today.
Oh, good. You can show us live. Have you heard about Boom, Power Rangers Kickstarter?
Yes.
They are crazy, but no hate for anybody that's getting them. Your love and passion for that series convinced me to back it up.
Ascari, seriously, I'm considering it, but man, the price.
You do it, Maddie, so you can do it on the channel. So you can do it over. I don't have to.
I don't have enough money for that. But here, I bought things. I picked up.
Show me what you got. Look, Maddie's live haul.
I picked up. You don't have to show me completely. No, I hate that. My house is a mess. But I picked up one of the Star Wars: The High Republic books. This is like the young adult one, but I have like the adult novel coming today.
Okay. You really did not want me to put you.
Well, not just me. I also picked up.
Oh my gosh, you freaking dork. You're getting into Star Wars.
Star Wars: A New Dawn. It's like the prequel to Rebels. So it's about Conan and Hera and all of them. And I wish this was the only Star Wars, but I'm not done.
I apologize. Those are adorable. Oh my gosh, you got both versions of ears.
Well, I have like 6 of these already. There's all these different poses. And then these were like the newer series, so I had to.
What a moneymaker.
The last thing that's near me is the Star Wars Leia Princess.
Wow, look at that cover.
Now, look, wait a minute.
It's good.
Too.
That cover is beautiful. Is that a novel or a manga?
It's a manga based on a novel by Claudia Gray, I guess. But it's really, really cute. This is all like while she's younger.
Yeah.
So it's before she knows about the rebels, she's just a young teenager. She's like joining like Apprentice Senate and stuff. And the art's really, really good.
I love that cover. She looks so badass with that sword.
It's really good. I really like it.
Does she use it?
Well, no. So like the sword, she's carrying when she goes up to like her mother and father, because in order to like have right to the crown and being crown princess, you have to like, dedicate yourself, say, hey, I'm going to do these 3 feats. And then once I do that, do I have your approval and I'll have the right to the throne? And like, yeah. Which, I mean, bummer about Alderaan later, right? I know what that
Spoilers!
I know what happened.
Bummer.
I think it's a little too late for spoilers.
Spoilers. Question for Maddie, since you just moved. I am moving soon. How did you deal with stress, anxiety of moving your collection? And yeah, what did were you scared of moving your statues? I assume that's
because I dropped one again.
Oh,
you
did?
It okay?
Is it the same one?
No, it's a different one. So far, what I've learned is, well, it was stressful, especially because I have 2 sideshow figures, and those are about $500, $600 each, right? The first time I moved, I was just moving down the street, and I dropped Red Sonja.
Ooh.
And Tina dove for it into the sewer grate.
What?
Into the sewer?
Well, luckily I didn't get that far, but like that was the direction. Luckily, those figures are really well put together. They hold up pretty well. So just some minor spots to glue. And so JT.
No, JT, liar.
And so the second time I was like, well, I'm not going to put them in a box because they're too big. We will carry them. Someone will hold it in the car while the other one drives. And then as I was bringing Wonder Woman, the other sideshow figure I have, into the house, I dropped her. And her shield broke.
Oh
man.
But overall, as far as like books and stuff, those move pretty easily. A lot of figures, like with the exception of the sideshow figures, if it's a bigger figure, I'll try to keep it on by itself. Or wrap it really carefully. Or if it's smaller figures, I usually put them in clothes or socks, or like same way you would like move dishes. But I put more care to the statues than I did the dishes.
Absolutely. You better put more care into the statues.
Yeah. What's more stressful is trying to figure out where to put everything now, because I have to reorganize my shelves because I have a little more space, which is fun. But also it's overwhelming because there's just so much. There's so many ways I could do that. But good luck to you, Lewis. I'm still unpacking. This is why I'm still up here, because the basement is not done yet. So,
Gabriel, I wish that I had drawn a picture. If I had known you were going to frame that note, I would have drawn you a picture. That is really sweet. Thank you. We have a super chat here.
Thank you. Daryl Smith, this is my first comment, but I love the channel. You've pointed me to so much great stuff. Have you guys heard anything about a Gideon Falls omnibus?
Yeah, that's one of my most wanted, spoilers for my list tomorrow, most wanted collected editions coming out this year. Comes out, I think, in July is when, it's not an omnibus, it's just an oversized hardcover, but it collects all 16 issues of it. And I think weren't they working on a follow-up, or they were rumoring, they were rumored to work.
Were flying around.
There we go. That's better.
I like words.
Okay. I walked away for a bit, but Omar, 100 Bullets or Cruel Summer, Melanie, Sheets or Dragon Hoops? Oh, what the heck? Okay, Maddie can answer that question too.
Dragon Hoops. I even woke up thinking about this morning about
Sheets.
how good
it's so good.
I haven't read Sheets yet though, and I want to. That's why I bought it for you.
I gotta go with
Sheets. It's hard. It's hard. I feel like Sheets over Dragon Hoops, but I love Dragon Hoops. It's so hard to put those two against one another.
It really is, but
they're very different.
As far as 100 Bullets or Cruel Summer, I just started reading Cruel Summer. I'm like one chapter in. I assume it's really good, but I love 100 Bullets. I love Rizzo's artwork in that, and I love the characters. Now, how it ends, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
Real quick, I need to address this question from Hayden. Maddie out here buying High Republic but won't play Fallen Order. Hayden, I'm literally playing Fallen Order right now. Not like as we're sitting here, but
what?
I got all my Jedi powers back. Hayden, how dare you? I'm hyper fixating. There is only Star Wars right now.
Michael,
thank you, Mike.
Best never needs to be like that. He's like, oh, hi everybody, and Omar. Your beautiful smile. Get the hell out of here. I'm gonna time him out.
You have a gorgeous smile.
Thank you.
I saw Buggy in the chat. I meant to show. I got this Nico Robin t-shirt from Crunchyroll recently.
There. Now can I put you big?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Can everybody see her on your phones? Melanie can't see.
Okay. Ollie's Hall.
I haven't been in it. I've been wanting to go back to Aldi's, but I've talked about it a few times on the channel, and I'm like, oh man, Aldi's in a pandemic sounds so much more terrifying. It's like going into a Walmart, but worse. Or like a Big Lots. And I love Big Lots.
It's not even. It's like it's so disorganized, and wow, look at me getting called out. Where's the month of December's reading order? Well, the month of December, I was going to make a video on Patreon about this because they're the ones that vote. My books got delayed because of the shipping, and they finally got here. I thought I lost 2 of my books that I think were important, so I had to rebuy them again. So they just finally came in this week, and I'll be doing it sometime this month. So, and then for the month of February, the Patrons are voting between the Marvel Cosmic Saga and Wonder Woman, and it's pretty close. Like it's really close.
Oh man, I will gladly help with Wonder Woman.
Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys come here for comics, stay for the COVID.
Chanasuk, I will gladly take over the role because I think I deserve it more than Gina Carano, and I think we all know why. I won't say it, but we all know why.
But Gina Carano is a goddess.
No, she's not. Homegirl is like
goddesses are flawed too, Maddie.
There's flawed and then there's transphobic. So,
no, I haven't. Have you read this one?
No, I need to order it. Oh, you know what? I've got
super chat, Felix.
Have you guys read Ito's Remina? Or caught up with his recent work?
Thank you for reminding me because I just got my stimulus money. So why not use it on that?
I got what's it called? The blind what the heck is it called?
Blind Spot. Venus in the Blind Spot.
Yeah, the one with the short stories.
Have you read it yet?
Yeah, because those are fast reads. There are only 10 short stories in there. And
that was on my list for because I made a list of most beautiful books that came out this year, and that was one of them because normally I hate dust jackets, but I think about 5 different videos, both Chris and I would show that dust jacket again because it's really pretty. It's a beautiful book.
Tell some about Uzumaki.
Oh, I love Uzumaki.
The spirals, man, they're all over the place. We gave it away. We gave one away for our 30,000 subscribers.
30th anniversary.
30,000 subscribers. Oh, and speaking of, I gave away an omnibus on Monday, and I'm going to be shipping out that stuff this week.
And if you're ever interested, we did do an old reader, new reader about Uzumaki. So it's basically tradition now that every year around October for, Halloween month, we review a different Junji Ito book.
Was that not enough about Uzumaki? Or
maybe it's just catching up.
Okay. Let us know if that was enough. I wish for Marvel breaking news, ASM.
Oh, Uzukami.
Oh, dude. I'm dyslexic. Is there a difference?
Well, is there an Uzukami?
I don't know. You look it up. You look that up, and I'll answer this question. We'll get a reprint with the number 50 as a DM variant cover. Wow, look at you, Daniel. That's some wishful thinking. We'll see. Probably have enough content on here that could last 30 years.
Yeah. Spread it out to one.
Ace says to send them all your lesbian comics. Do you have any lesbian comics?
Ship me on. Oh, I thought you meant shipping. Well, I've never written one, but I bet I could write a couple. Yeah, I could ship a couple.
You took it the more difficult route.
Wonder Woman and Cheetah. We'll write that fan fiction.
Like a guy writing about 2 chicks. It would be so different than a girl writing about 2 dudes, in all the manga that I've read, right?
Well, yeah, and some people can do that well. Normally I'm lesbian. I think it's better woman writes lesbian content a lot of times. But exception, Shapen Cedric, Sunstone. That man can write a lesbian couple so well.
That's right.
So well.
Me, I think of most guys would be page 2, get down to the dirty business. What's with all the talking?
Thank you, Juan. Omar, thank you for getting me into comics. Your videos and the books I've gotten because of you have helped me so much with my anxiety. Really, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the awesome message.
So sweet.
The Lord's work.
doing the Lord's work. Dear Mr. Uncanny Omar, I like that title. Mr. Uncanny Omar, please do an updated reading order for X-Men and Spider-Man. Yes, that's coming this year. X-Men will probably be 2 months long, and I'm letting my Patreons vote between X-Men and Superman reading order, because those are the two that people want the most, and updated X-Men one. And with X-Men, I'm going to include all the trades, Epic Collections, and the OHCs, not just Omnis this time around. So,
Oh man,
I don't believe in foreplay. No,
what the?
Pretty soon we'll be able to do. Pretty soon we'll be able to do a Dark Knights like metal read through. Now that that's almost done.
Oh my gosh, that stuff was supposed to be all printed in omnibus format.
I don't know if it's ever going to happen.
3 years ago, Snyder said it was coming.
I did pick up a recent one because Roy Harper's in it as a zombie or something.
It's just slapping you in the face, right?
I did pick up any of that. Are you going to pick up any of Future State?
Probably in trades when they were released.
Yeah,
later on this year.
I did pick up
a poster.
Well, it has the reading order and release order.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's a reading order for Future State.
Oh, there's at least a release order. Maybe there's a reading order too.
Yeah, I'll get that.
I picked up. It's free in the comic book store.
Nice. Let me get this one right here. This is from Christopher Perry. Hi from Wales. I started my own channel called Off My Shelves. Awesome. Everybody go check that out, which was very much inspired by you and your channel. So thanks for inspiring me to start something.
That's great.
Any news on Return of Saga? Oh, that's funny. We were just talking about that. How somebody was asking what hiatus was. And I said, well, it's like Saga went on hiatus. And sadly, there was one update a couple of months ago. No, that was, oh my goodness, that was back before October. And they were saying that it was supposed to come back soon. That's all there was. It was just both the creators. So hopefully we'll be back sometime this year. It was supposed to start back up, I think, in August of 2020.
Hey, Christopher, that's a really good name, and I'm going to go subscribe right now.
It's my wife. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for the super chat. Doc Holiday.
Yeah.
Is that the Phantom Stranger? What is your favorite DC supernatural character in comic series of all time? That's a good question. Would you consider Sandman DC supernatural, or is that still considered Vertigo? Because if you consider that Vertigo, then Swamp Thing has to be Vertigo. But Swamp Thing is more DC, so I may have to go with Swamp Thing.
I'd say
solid though.
Oh, that's true. I'd say Swamp Thing for me over anything, or Detective Chimp.
I can't find Off My Shelves.
Well, we'll look for a second. Detective Chimp was. Did you ever read what's his name's run on Brian Williams, the guy that did? Oh my goodness, what is the name of that book? He did Fables, and I'm trying to remember.
I read Fables.
Okay, the book that he worked on was with Detective Chimp. Shadow Pact. Did you ever read Shadow Pact?
No, I only read Detective Chimp and Justice League Dark.
I think you would like that.
I think I would. I just want to confirm that some people said in the chat that there is a timeline for Future State because there is actual dates that are in different times in the future. So there's a timeline order.
Hey, Christopher Perry, I can't find it. Maybe comment below.
Yeah, feel free to comment in a link it or something.
I can't find it.
Nocturne says, I now measure time through before One Piece 1000, after One Piece 1000. I'm making my way up. I mean, a lot of One Piece this month.
You are nuts. You're trying to do all 1000?
Yeah, all 1000. It's going. I got to read some more this week. I'm a little behind, but.
Can you highlight that super chat? I'm trying to see what's going on with that one.
Where did it go?
It's from Sugar Man.
Sugar Man, got it.
Yeah.
What happened with Star Wars Epic The New Republic Volume 5 should be out. Hashtag my sugar so sweet. Hashtag sprinkle so much.
It looks like it was delayed until February. So it's still coming out. So it looks like it was just delayed until February. That hasn't been canceled.
Is that non-canon stuff?
I think New Republic is the stuff with Dark Empire. So
I don't know.
If it's Legends, it's not canon.
Okay.
You know who I don't think it's delayed and all catching up. That is spamming. So please don't, because it interrupts the flow of the chat and such.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's out of print. That's why it's so expensive.
Mian said that for we have some supernatural answers.
Totally.
Mian says Simon Dark.
I forgot about that character.
Nocturne said Dr. Occult / Rose is my favorite.
Yeah, Dr. Occult is pimp.
And a lot of people said, like Hellblazer, Constantine.
I was going to say Constantine, yeah. But see, I always think Constantine is being part of the Vertigo line. I still don't. Constantine
would be like my second. I've gotten really attached to Swamp Thing. I just really like the idea.
You read the second one yet?
No, I haven't. I think I waited till I pick it up.
Wait until I come back to Old Reader, New Reader, and then we can read it. That's one I want to.
But now isn't it out of print or stock or something?
It's out of stock right now.
Yeah, I messed up. I should have gone ahead and gotten it. That's okay. Thiago, I read My Hero Academia. Do you all?
I've seen the anime because Tina forced me to watch it, and not forced because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you've got a lot of other stuff to read, but if you ever had the chance, you would really like, as far as like reading the manga, both of you would really like it, and the girls would like it.
It sounds like it's good.
Oh, this is an excellent question, and I think there's better. I sold all my Star Wars Epic Collection years ago, about 5 years ago, and the only thing I kept was the Star Wars Dark Empire hardcover because I love that storyline. But as far as how many omnis, the KOTOR stuff, the Knights of the Old Republic, that stuff that's coming out, the Old Republic stuff, that's just one omnibus and that's finished. There's a follow-up. And
this is isn't Knights of the Old Republic separate from the Old Republic?
I thought that's what he was talking about, the omnibus.
Well, there's some omnis that include, maybe, because there were some omnibuses that include Knights of the Old Republic, which I was curious about too, because I was planning on buying them since I like KOTOR a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait. My Dixie Weekend. Can you go back?
What?
Go up. Yeah, My Dixie Erect. I wish you guys would talk about something interesting. Spend 60 hours a week creating a YouTube channel, and then you could talk about what you want to talk about.
Oh,
next.
Are you getting? That's my job. What are you doing? Don't be getting smart with people. That's
I love it. We have a super chat.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Maddie, now I see why you like Roy Harper so much. Oh. I just finished reading JLA by Brad Meltzer and like how he's portrayed in the story. I haven't read that, so now I will. Thank you. Let me just go ahead and add that.
That's when Red Arrow spoilers.
I've read some like Red Arrow specific stuff, but it's always like, I don't know, when bad stuff happens.
Damn, baby, that was pretty hot.
Ooh,
like going off on that dude. That's pretty hot.
Mom, Dad, I'm in the room.
Kiss me.
All right.
Good
job. Hold on, let me see.
Actually, I'm gonna go and pick up that deluxe right now.
Maddie Binder, the chat.
Feels like I've been around longer enough to. Yes, you have, Marvel Bab, to smash that like button. Smosh that like button, please. Everybody that's watching.
TV the moment they might.
Yes, please smash that like button.
Miana, good question, and that's something I've been curious about too. Maybe someone in the chat can help, but I was a Star Trek fan first. I really like Star Trek, but I know nothing about the comics or if they're even any good. I've never heard of them. No one talks about them, so I don't know.
Do they exist?
The only Star Trek comic book I ever read, and I'm sure this doesn't surprise anybody, is the X-Men Star Trek crossover.
That's hilarious.
It's drawn by my favorite artist of all time, Mark Silvestri. So it's ridiculous. I mean, there's a fight between Spock and, speaking of Spock, started to learn. Damn, that was timed perfectly. Look at that. He just came in and said, pre-order my Goblin's Last Stand epic. Can't wait to read it. Good, man. It's out of print already. That book went out of Diamond. I know Cheap Graphic Novels is getting some more. I think IST might have a few more, but yeah, that restock is gone. But that's the only thing I've read from Star Trek. I've never read any other Star Trek. I know DC owned the rights to it for a long time, at least publishing the books. But I've not read it.
Would that be able to be reprinted? The Star Trek X-Men crossover?
You know, that's a good question. There's an X-Men Star Trek crossover. I don't know if they'll be able to reprint that, honestly. Anytime. Hey, be good, Roberto Rodriguez.
Bye.
Anytime that they have something like that, it always makes me worry that it won't be reprinted. Like X-Men and Micronauts can't be reprinted because Micronauts is now owned by IDW.
Mm.
What was that about?
X-Men versus Micronauts. Micronauts come and attack Professor X. X-Men got to go and fight them. I love. It's got artwork by
So,
Michael Golden, one of
That's
the best artists ever.
We have a couple of One Piece questions. One is from Earth Geomancer asking what One Piece is about. The other's from Biko Vani asking, do you have all the One Piece manga? I don't.
I have up to volume 84. I think they're up on 90. Are they almost at 100?
Probably, because we just hit 1,000 chapters. So I haven't found a good way to purchase all of them. I don't like the 1-in-3s. I might do the box sets maybe eventually, but there's just so many. But I read them all through the Shonen Jump app because it's only $3 a month, and you can read up to 100 chapters a day. It's seriously one of the best deals for manga online anywhere. As far as what One Piece is about, it's a little complicated, but it's basically this really dumb guy who has stretchy powers. Wants to become king of the pirates and find the One Piece, which is a treasure. We don't know what it is. We still don't. It's been 20 years. Oh, wow. And once he finds that, he should be able to become king of the pirates, and it should affect the world in some way. So he's assembling a pirate crew to do that. There's a lot of other stuff.
The One Piece.
But that's what it is. It's not friendship.
It's the friends we made along the way.
Oda has confirmed it is not friendship.
No, that's a good twist. I like that.
Ace, read Utna. That's gay.
Oh,
so
you watch the movie.
You just want gay manga? You don't want straight manga, Ace?
Okay. Well, I just happen to know that Ace likes some things that I like, so I recommend Utna.
Oh, okay.
Or like Rose of Versailles.
I'll see my way out because I ain't never seen a lesbian inside of a manga. Please.
That is wrong.
I've had my share.
Yeah, obviously any Junji Ito, I know that Omar would agree, any Naoki Urasawa.
Oh God, yeah. Yes.
One Piece is fantastic, obviously. But
Battle Angel Alita.
JT, I did call Luffy. Well, they don't know.
Adrian said that these pros booktube channels that have started to read One Piece and they love it. We're slowly infiltrating the pros book community. That's awesome.
Wow.
It's really, the world building is fantastic. It looks silly on the surface.
I've always said they have ruined world building for anybody else that wants to write comics. It's not that it's great. It's not that it's perfect to me, at least to me. It's just that it's fun and it's so good and there's so much of it. And
it can be so many things. It could be really funny, but it can be just so heartbreaking. And the world building and the character development for all characters, main and side, is really impressive. That doesn't happen in other shonen books, Dragon Ball. And there's no filler, Naruto, Bleach. It's just really, really good. And the art's fantastic. And there's no plot holes like JoJo's. So it's great.
I'm so excited for Fist of the freaking North Star finally being available in America in the proper format. It's going to come out in hardcover format. I have the original. I had the single issues, but I got rid of them years ago. But I still have the trade paperbacks, pre-Tankobons, like the big ones that they used to come out, reading from left to right. And I have been waiting for that. There was a master edition that was colored. And dude, we talk about this a little bit on the channel, but last week I mentioned it. We complain about the prices of these omnis when they go out of print. You all don't even know when manga goes. Go look up the master edition of Fist of the North Star. It's like $800. And I don't, people. I don't know if it's been $800 for like the last 3 years. Some dude's trying to sell it for $800, but some of this stuff gets ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we could do a whole show about manga that we wish would get reprinted, like GTO. I would love to own all of GTO. It's never going to happen. And
honestly, the stuff from the early days, is that what it was called? That stuff is harder to find than GTO because that had a lower print run. Anything from Vertical, manga, or the early days, the transition period when Del Rey was doing Kodansha stuff, that's impossible to find. And I know because there's some missing volumes that I have. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, biggest shrimp, sir. Hello, everyone. Question for Maddie. The only manga I've read and liked is Lone Wolf and Cubs.
Okay.
I enjoy the Showa books by Mizuki.
I've never
awesome.
heard of that, actually. But I feel like that's a name that's been dropped a lot recently to me. So I can't speak to Showa, but that sounds like something I would like. But I'd love for you to read. I'd love to hear about your experience reading more manga if you ever decide to read more, because that's a great jumping off point. Yes.
Okay, so I know I'm not Maddie, but I was going to suggest Blade of the Immortal.
Oh, absolutely.
Vagabond in Vinland Saga, and I always try to suggest Berserk. That's just me. It's violent. It's disturbing. It'll mess with your head, but it's so worth it.
There's also Samurai. I was going to say
Path.
Oh
my gosh, what is the Path of same team as Samurai Executioner, Lady Snowblood, and Path. Somebody will tell me what it is. Path of something I can't remember.
Tree Grit.
Some people are upset that I dogged on Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
you dogged on it?
No,
because I think there's a lack of significant character development across all the characters. That is true. We know it's true. I love Dragon Ball. I only complain because I want the characters I like to have more development than that. And the ladies.
That's what I said in the Guardians of the Galaxy review. That it was a fun read. I gave it 8 out of 10. I really like the characters and I want more.
Yeah.
More character development.
The ladies. Bulma got enough character development. She yelled the entire time. Mm-hmm. So did Chi-Chi. She yelled.
Well, it said it started out as a comedy.
When my kids were younger, I would always joke about mommy being Chi-Chi yelling at me all the time. Do you remember that?
That's fair.
And you did. You still yell at me a lot. Thank you for the super chat, Brandon Robinson. This is such an awesome compliment. Hey, Melanie, Maddie, and Omar. I want you to know I could be watching Cobra Kai right now, but your Q&A was more important. LOL. Do you think DC will put out an Injustice 2 omnibus? Eagle Fang Karate. Oh man, Eagle Fang Karate. But there's no fangs. Eagles don't have fangs. Oh man, I love that show. I think with Tom Taylor coming back in the sales of volumes 1 and 2, will justify it. I don't know how big it will be, right? Because there's also they could reprint the Injustice versus He-Man and the Masters of the Universe in that omnibus. So that would be a cool way to put it in there. It's down
Kate,
there.
down there. Okay, no, that's not Kate Reilly though. We're looking for your.
I got it.
Thank you.
Hey, Omar, do you think those new X-Men omnibuses will run out of print pretty fast, or do you think I could wait a few weeks to buy them? Thanks.
I mentioned this last week that it is they are out of print right now, both volumes 2 and 3, and X-Men by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont. That's out of print at the distributor. I think Cheap Graphic Novels is getting more of Volume 3 and X-Men Volume 1. I think IST might be getting more of Uncanny 3. But that's the first wave. I'm pretty sure they're going to restock those. And I will make sure to check with David again. So I will make sure that it's X-Men. To me, it's a no-brainer to keep those in stock. We're talking about the #1 best-selling omnibus of all time. To me, X-Men by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee, they would have to keep that. And I know the pre-orders of that were solid. I don't have numbers. They will never share that with me, and I don't blame them. That's their business. But that got a huge print run. So there's no way they're going to let that go out of stock. Everybody will want a copy. Everybody and their brother and mother will have a copy. Was this a super sticker?
Johnson.
Thank you, Dan Johnson.
Real quick, a couple of questions I've been asked a few times. Maddie, did you like Wonder Woman 84? I actually liked it. I liked it overall after I first saw it. And the more I think about it, the more issues I have with it. But I was still happy to watch it. I just, the more time you think about it, you're like, wait a second. That was weird.
Yeah.
Why did we do this? I think it was there was like 4 different movies in that movie.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it.
And I think it could have been better, but I was still happy to see her. And I still enjoyed parts. But not as much as the first one.
Gotcha. Yeah. JT, this is what was cracking me up earlier.
That comment is so good.
Yeah. Well, my mom wants me to have more character development too, but we can't always get what we want. And Maddie's dog is agreeing. Thank you, Felix. What's the best Hellblazer comic other than Innis?
Oh man, I really liked Delano's run is pretty solid. It's a good start, and he had his moments. There's an issue by Neil Gaiman that I think is really good. Man, you know what? I'm going to go with Mike Carey's run. Mike Carey's run was freaking awesome. I love that run. There's also a run by Warren Ellis. There's one by, oh my gosh, Paul Jenkins. That's the thing about Hellblazer, and what shocks me is that consistently that character has had some phenomenal creators behind it. So I hope one day we will get all this stuff in collected editions. But I'm surprised it didn't start with Delano. I get the name, Garth Ennis. I'm a fan of Garth Ennis, of course. Why they want to make that the first one, but I wish they had started with Delano's run. But we will see. We'll see what they end up collecting.
Here's a question, a European question. Do you read one Italian comic, Alan Ford?
I have not read that. No, I don't know what Alan Ford is. But if it's available in English, I would be happy to give it a shot. There's a lot of European comics that a lot of you all have introduced me to. Had it not been for you all, I never would have read Tintin or Judge Dredd. What was the other one? Not try out Asterix, or the trilogy, the Nicopoli trilogy. That thing was awesome. Anyway, what was the
Super chat?
Super chat, thank you.
Hey Omar.
Hey Omar, what is a good cutoff point for Savage Sword of Conan omnibuses? Interested in reading the main Thomas stories.
Volume 5 will be your last one, I think. That's the last one with Roy Thomas's stories in it. So if you just want to read that, and I know he comes back later to write, but it's not until I think the 80s when he comes back. But I mean, there's other stellar writers that take over the stuff. Like you have Bruce Jones that takes over it. Oh man, I hope they do this. Have you read the Spurrier Hellblazer?
I've actually never read any Hellblazer.
Oh, you haven't? Oh man, you need to read that Garth Ennis.
I know. A couple things that are on my list for this year that I want to read, and maybe I'll throw them into old reader, new reader. It's like Hellblazer. I haven't read Lucifer.
Oh, yeah, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
Arturo says nobody has mentioned the Alpha Omnibus. Let's not forget the Nice Tradition. Earlier, James Abel said, "What about X-Men Alpha crossover? Would you read it then?"
No.
With you guys and Alf.
James is crazy.
I bought the first issue.
She spent money on that stupid thing.
It was $10.
And David texted me going,
I don't know what to do with it yet.
David texted me saying he bought the first season of Alpha. He's like, just want to find out how this show is. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with people?
It's not good.
It's not a good show. Hey, Omar, Maddie, and Melanie tracked down the 4 Secret 6 trades. Awesome. Hoping that's enough to get the Omni made. Is that all I need to read? I think the 2 New 52 trades, not that they're any good, really, they're not that great, but they're still written by Simone. They're not collected in those trades. So if you look at my reading order, those last 2 trades I'm talking about with the New 52, those are not in those big 4 fat trades.
And luckily, if you're interested, I'm pretty sure the DC Universe app, which is like $12 a month, maybe less actually, does have all of Gail's Secret 6. So I do want to keep mentioning it over in the chat that if there's DC stuff you're interested in, but you don't want to buy it yet, or you just want to see, or you can't have access, DC Universe is a great, great, great app to read all that stuff. And you can make playlists. Shiara hardly know her.
Shiara hardly know her.
Luis, my wife made me highlight that.
My husband makes those kind of jokes all the time.
What is with you? All right, Omar, your recommendation for Sleeper last week was amazing. Would you like to choose from another 3 picks? Okay, sure. Let's do this. We'll take a vote between Melanie, Maddie, and I. Uncanny X-Force, Wolverine 1, and Conan the original Marvel years. Maddie, ladies first. What would you choose out of those 3?
I haven't read any of them, so.
Just choose. Based on them.
If I was going to choose something for me to read, it would be Uncanny X-Force.
All right, Melanie?
Wolverine.
God bless America. Okay, fine. I'll be the tiebreaker. Conan. The original. Now, actually, out of all these, I think you'll have more fun take a break from some heavy reading, because you're gonna do some heavy reading when you're reading that Conan, the original Marvel years, but it is freaking worth it. Wolverine's a little dialogue heavy at first, but not as much as Conan. So go ahead with Uncanny X-Force.
Felix, I love A Walk Through Hell.
Did you read it? My copy finally coming in, dude. It got canceled when I had it.
Really?
But remember the
I have the trades.
It had a printing error, the first hardcover. So then they had to wait for the recollected edition that came out in November. My order got canceled, and now it's finally coming this month.
I really, really liked it.
Omar, do you know Michael Gallagher? Anything else he's written?
No.
Because he wrote Alf.
Okay.
Okay.
Good for Michael Gallagher. I see his career blew up after Alf issue 1.
I like Alf's lines.
Okay. What about an Alf and Lady Death cross Ace? You've been paying attention. Omar, would you ever get an interview with McFarlane or Liefeld? You mean if I ever interview them? I would love to interview them. Absolutely. I don't. Despite of how people feel about Liefeld, I'd love to talk to Liefeld. Yeah. Thank you.
Super chat. Thank you. Spoiler: Alf and Spider-Man 3. I trust my sources.
That was worth the super chat.
Excuse me.
Possible.
Omar, when can we expect the Daredevil Chip Zdarsky Omnibus? That is August of 2020. August of this year. So 6 more months? No, my God, I don't know my months. 8 more months.
Which edition of the Flash Rebirth comic do you recommend? I really like the deluxes.
Is it out in deluxe? I don't have the deluxe. I have the standard hardcover because I was waiting for that to be collected in an omnibus format.
I have the deluxes that they released.
Mm-hmm.
And then wait, yeah. But then I have just the remaining trades. What about like DC Rebirth Flash, right? Or is there like something else?
Yeah, that's Flash Rebirth. That's the one where a character comes back from the dead. It's written by Jeff Johns, drawn by Ethan Van Sciver. Same team that did,
never mind. I was thinking about DC.
Oh, you're thinking of Flash Rebirth. Like,
yeah.
I know it's confusing. You're thinking of Rebirth.
Yeah, I think I had that as a trade, which was fine.
The Absolute Edition is not on the catalog anymore for those people that asked me yesterday. So, I'm sorry. That probably means the Absolute Flash Rebirth is canceled. There might be hope, like Batwoman, that they'll stick it in a month later on down the year in the fourth quarter. Like Batwoman got stuck in October, but at least it's there, has an ISBN, it's back on the catalog, so that's good news. So maybe they'll do that, but sadly, it's not in the catalog anymore.
Savior 83, how do you know you're going to get your Guardians of the Galaxy in 1 hour? Like, are you looking at the tracking numbers? What are exactly? Good. I'm glad, because it's fun and you'll just read it in one setting.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Thank you all so much. I got mixed up with that question. So it's not not Soul. I was talking about Soul. Zdarsky. The Zdarsky OHC comes out, I think it's February or March. The first OHC of his run on Daredevil.
Andrew just said that the reading order poll, Marvel Cosmic won.
Oh, okay.
61 to 39.
Thank you. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breaking news. Cosmic.
There was a good question in the chat, but I lost it, where they're asking about if there's any big holes in your collection. Is there
there's holes in my heart that I don't have some of these books.
That can only be filled by you.
Is that a Christian song?
Oh, darling. No, it's like from the 80s.
All right. I got demonetized because of your beautiful voice. Like, I would love to have Absolute Promethea. I didn't buy those because I thought the Omnibus was coming, and it was coming for 5 years until those books went out of print. I mean, I do have some missing volumes. I do have some whales that I'm after myself. So, yeah. A lot of manga that I'm missing, like volumes of, that are out of print.
Well, yeah, we'll never get the rest of Kurosaki Corpse Delivery Service. So,
who knows? Maybe one day. Somebody was asking me what my favorite DuckTales character was. Now, we're talking DuckTales or Duck Comics. They're different things, but as far as DuckTales...
Isn't the same answer for both?
No, God, no. Uncle Scrooge is so much better in the comics than he is in the...
Okay, no, but out of DuckTales, who's your favorite?
Oh, Uncle Scrooge.
Well, there you go.
Uncle Scrooge, yes.
Apparently that was Extreme 91. that song I was singing.
Oh, extreme! That group, really? I didn't think that was going to be brought up.
I only know songs. I don't know who did them.
Thank you so much, Bobby. The March 16th, the week of my birthday, Zdarsky Daredevil OHC is when it comes out.
I think I'll do a review of this first issue for Patreons.
Okay.
That'd be fine.
Okay, yeah, you do that, baby.
Okay.
Omar announcing then canceling the Zdarsky Omnibus inside 5 minutes. I didn't announce it. I just thought he was asking about the Charles Soule one. Sorry, guys. Now everybody's got the DuckTales song stuck in their head.
Yeah.
Every day. Come on, Maddie. Sing it.
No.
DuckTales. Just say woo.
Woo.
There you go.
That was a really good woo.
Yeah. Woo, woo, woo.
Extreme X-Men Omni, when?
Yeah, that's what I call Music 91.
Was that even, I think now was now out in 1991?
I don't know, but
probably.
There were a ton.
Wait, is that me?
Sorry, go ahead, Maddie.
Oh. Are you asking about me? I'm on the channel sometimes.
She's on the channel. She does Old Reader, New Reader with me. That is Wonder Maddie. I
am specialized in a lot of hobbies. Too many hobbies. Way too many.
Deadlift 350.
I play way more video games than Rob. I just want to say that on the record.
On the record. He's not here to defend himself, so that is definitely on the record.
Comics for the past 3 years, thanks to Omar, which now I have way too much and a whole room. You can see the room tour, which
that's what I do.
There'll be another one when I haven't set it up. And anime and manga and D&D and board games.
She does have a lot of hobbies, and that's okay.
Omar, sorry.
No. And hot takes, shade, and One Piece, and gorgeous.
I love you, JT.
Thank you. Well, you do too. I'm including you.
Okay, thanks.
In case you felt left out.
He did comic book wise, I'd say DC stuff, and then a lot of like independent stuff in like first, second. So I feel like if you ever want to know about more independent works or like thicker graphic novels or things that are more diverse, I feel like you can come to me.
The pictures. Omar, what do you think of the Kickstarter for Boom MMPR run? Do you think it's a good way for people to miss out on the hardcovers? I think the first. How much is the one with the slipcase? That's the one I would be interested in.
500.
Okay, so that's the one I would get if I didn't have them already. So I'm going to pass on them. I think they're beautiful. But if you don't have them, then this is a really good way to get them. The only way I would have bought them is if they had included the Go-Go Power Rangers Year 1 as a hardcover, but apparently they're not going to do that. They're just going to include the hardcover that's going to be released next year for everybody else in that set.
They should open the book. Go.
Jacob said 600 for slipcase, 500 for no slipcase. Yeah, if I had the money for it, 500 is a lot to justify outright.
I mean, they're what, $75 each, and there's going to be 6 of them.
Yeah, it's just it's a lot.
I mean, I think more small publishers are going to go this route, though. Yeah, I'll get the super chat. Omar, since you mentioned FOMO, I back-ordered Wolverine Volume 1 from my local shop, but I hope the back order does not get automatically canceled, considering it comes in restock in February. And that's just me thinking that it might be one of those stealth restocks. It could very well be a full-blown restock, so here's hoping. We do have a super chat really quick that I'm going to get to. Will Soul's DD run collect? And it doesn't have a volume number, Felix. Thank you for the super chat. It just says Daredevil by Charles Soule Omnibus. So it doesn't have a volume 1.
We have some wonderful artwork from one of our viewers.
Yeah.
He's 12 years old, correct?
Yep. Oh.
And he sent in his fan art. His brother also, I'm not going to show it, sent a really good 3-page short story with Batman, and he was really good at building suspense. So I enjoyed it, encouraged him to keep writing, and send me some more. Here's the first one.
So this is from one of our viewers. He emailed us these pictures.
Look at that action shot with all the bullets coming at him. That is awesome.
Ooh.
Okay, bloody Batman.
I love that he throws.
That's my favorite. That's
good.
You gotta draw a picture of Batman beating down, right? He's got to.
Do we have to curse less now that there's a younger child watching it?
What?
I have been cursing a lot less because there's kids that watch this show.
Yeah.
And people reminded me that they watch it with their kids. So yeah, I have been.
So Joker with his crowbar.
That's after beating Jason Todd up.
Joker shake.
I would not shake that dude's hand.
With the spike coming out of the ring.
Batman!
Woo!
I like where this is going.
Spicy.
That's marriage.
That was that's the last one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's one more. Anywho, so these are great, and please feel free to email us
or
digital
mail them.
Or mail them copies of your artwork. And I want to read short stories if you have a fanfic or something. And so there was the address right there. Or do you have the email? It's just nearmintcon@gmail.com.
Yeah, this is our email. nearmintcon@gmail.com. If you want to email us your pictures. If you live, somewhere far away and you can't afford $100 of shipping.
Yeah.
Omar, what is Batman?
What is Batman? Hey, Ace, you said earlier about moving to prose books as well on your channel. I think that's really cool. And that you're writing a version of Harold and Maude.
Lesbian version, they said.
The original version is perfect. It's got the Cat Stevens song.
Yeah, Brian says leave the swearing to Omniprose Live. Yeah.
The swearing is the after hours Ask Me Anything on Patreon. That's when I can finally. Omar, did Uncanny X-Men sell out? It's out of print at the distributor. I think Cheap Graphic Novels is getting some more. I don't know about IST. Though, and I mention those two all the time because I know I have a lot of European viewers, but I don't know what the stock is like over there. I know a lot of people's orders for Forbidden Planet got canceled, and then they said, wait, it's back, but you have to pay more. So I don't know what the deal with that is. That seems really strange. I don't know why they did that. And I don't know if that's for every order either.
Mm-hmm. Hey, chat, what should I add to my IST order?
Oh my gosh, are you buying things right now? You're the worst.
Well, Zoom was asking, how do you decide what you read and how much do you read? So apparently Maddie asked the chat, and then
I have no idea.
Buys, not what she reads.
Let's see. I've been reading the first Omnibus lately, just for my own sake, and not reviewing it or anything. And I'm going to read Transformers because of Omar and my husband.
Whoa, wait a minute now.
Omar and her husband.
I'm in for a surprise.
Because Omar and my daughter really liking them.
Oh.
So they influence me for what I read. And the whole Starman that last month.
Well, I'm going to read Starman.
I can't believe you read Starman.
And see if you like it. Give yourself more than 3 weeks to read it, though. It is heavy. In fact, I didn't get Transformers, so I don't forget.
I've been reading Judge Dredd. I've been reading Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman for the old reader, new reader, and that's actually how I decided a lot of the times what I read was we have a show, old reader, new reader, that I'm taking a break from for a little bit, to read some of these books that I've had on my shelf. But I've been getting so many new books and new printings of new books, and I really need to do it justice because I don't want to be one of these guys on YouTube. And not that there are any, but I myself don't want to be somebody that's like, so here's a book. It's pretty.
There's definitely some though.
Okay, I don't want to be. I don't want to be.
I'm looking at the audience.
Okay.
But no. I think that's really important
because I think a lot of it, when you're talking about these books, I think it's important to talk about the story sometimes, not without spoiling things, but to kind of give an idea of what the story is. Whenever I do these overviews, I really don't like to give my 2 cents as far as like, do I love it? Do I think it's great? Do I think it sucks? I leave that up to the audience. I just give them the basic knowledge that they need, the price, the build of the book, and then as well as what the story is about, and then sometimes, what the flaws are, because I think that's important when you're paying $100 or $125 or $150 for some of these things.
Yeah, I think a lot for this past year, like a lot of what's helped me read, which is great about having this channel and being on the other one as well, is I can use that as an excuse. So like Chris and I are like, hey, what have we read on our bookshelves that we both own? Okay, let's read this.
Yeah.
And so we do. And then same with old reader, new reader, which is really helpful. Besides that, it just depends. Like if I just get in a phase for a day, right? And you buy like 8 books from a store and you're like, I'm just going to sit and read all of these all day. Just depends.
I see Ace suggested some. And
Faithless. I would add to the cart, Ace.
And Brexit sucks. I'm with you, Rudy. I've seen a lot of emails come in about the prices of things now, especially outside of the UK for people that were importing books from the UK. It's ridiculous. Jacob, thank you for the super chat. And you're not going to like this. You think IDW will reprint the deluxe HCs of Ghostbusters like Mass Hysteria, Interdimensional, Cross Rip? I found Total Containment yesterday. Man, I was lucky enough that my buddy Raz gave me Mass Hysteria, and then Kyle sent me the other 2 books. I reached out to IDW, and they said they had no plans of reprinting them. So I'm so sorry, man. I wish I had better news. So, yeah, that sucks. I don't know if it was because of sales. They just didn't do well. Maybe it was sales because we never got a 4th hardcover, right? We ended up with the trade paperback collections. Kyle. Yes, Kyle. He does exist. Kyle's my buddy.
And apparently my other husband is David.
David Gabriel. I'm sorry, buddy. I know you wanted better news. I'm sure you want your $5 back. I feel bad for you asked me something and I'm like, I don't have good news. Thank you, Wayne Porter, for the super chat. Hello from the UK. I've been watching the channel for a while. And this is my first time commenting on the live streams. And it's a super chat. That's so sweet.
That's really sweet of you.
Just wanted to say thank you for all the effort you put into this great channel. And thank you so much for
Wayne.
commenting. Thank you. Seriously. And
Raphael, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Simone Azarella Perez on Wonder Woman, which do you prefer? So I've never read Perez's run, even though I own a couple. Comparing Simone and Azarello, man, that's difficult. I'm going to go with Simone. But if you ask me what my favorite Wonder Woman run is, it'd be Rucka.
Bye, Sugar Man. Just while you're talking, I want to say bye before
bye, Sugar Man.
He's super chat.
Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't want to. I did. You could have kept talking. I just want to say bye.
You getting your sugary peaches out of here?
Y'all be sweet. Diabetes. Omnibus.
Where are you
hashtags?
From, I think out of those that you picked, for me, it's always been Rucka has been the best Wonder Woman writer. I'm a big fan of William Messner Loeb's. Oh man, but between Perez, Azarello, or Simone, I think I like Simone a little more than Azarello. And believe it or not, Perez last because Perez is dense. It's dense. It's beautiful to look at, but it's kind of hard to read at times. You got to give yourself some time. Set time aside to read his Wonder Woman run. Not as bad as dense as Phil Jimenez, who also has beautiful artwork, but holy crap, that is some dialogue heavy, put you to sleep storytelling in Wonder Woman. You feel like one of the stories is called Paradise Lost, and it feels like you're reading a freaking Paradise Lost novel. Like it feels like you're reading these books instead of a comic book. So
it's interesting because a lot of them are so different. Like I really feel like Azarello and Rucka and Simone, they feel very distinct from one another in really great ways. Like I really love Azarello because it's so heavy on Greek myth and mythology in a really cool way. And then Rucka, it's just, you get a lot of diplomacy in there and just really interesting, like moral moral quandaries and challenges for Wonder Woman, which is great. And then Simone, she's great.
Thick books are the and one thing, yeah, they are. That's the way I like my books. Thicker than a Snicker. One of the things I will say about Simone that a lot of people don't realize unless you were reading the books monthly back then is that she was really the saving grace for that title, because we had Alan Heinberg writing the book, and then we had Jodi Picoult, Jodi, she's a novelist.
Yeah.
Thank you. Writing the book, but they were both horrible with deadlines. The freaking storyline of Alan Heinberg's Wonder Woman run, which was awesome because it was 1 year later and it wasn't even Donna. Donna was taking the role of Wonder Woman.
Which I did like that one too.
Yeah, but holy crap, we had to wait a year for that to get resolved in the annual. And then the same thing happened to Jodi's run. So they were like, crap, we need to give this to somebody that actually can do it. And they gave it to Gail Simone. So it was fun to read Wonder Woman again in a monthly series. From Maha, hi. Omar, will Marvel ever reprint Deadpool and Cable Omnibus by Fabian Nicieza? I think they will. I think anything is on the table as far as getting reprints. It might be a while. They're doing anniversaries next year. They're doing Fantastic Four. They're doing Captain America. That's why Cap is getting a lot of love with new Omnis and reprints. And Fantastic Four, we're reprinting volumes 2 and 3 and getting a new print or a new omnibus of volume 4. Maybe in the fourth quarter they'll get more.
Oh, real quick, I've got some good news. Remember Maki, who came on to talk about Far Sector?
Yeah, I like that.
She's on a cover of Vampirella. The newest Vampirella. She's going to be on the cover.
Yay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I went and ordered that too.
She's legit now. She's legit.
Is she too legit though?
Yeah.
Don't start that again.
Okay.
You and Tina last week. I swear.
Andrew said that should be the name of
The
sister
Near Mint
channel.
Tradition 2,
Yeah.
too legit to quit. I got my brother into Starman, but we haven't finished because the books are too expensive. You think they're working on Andrew Wilson? No, they're not working on an omnibus. What they are doing is they're going to be releasing these in compendium format. And compendium are softcover, really thick books. But that is the way that DC has decided to collect these stories in compendium format and no omnibus. That's the last thing Hank and I talked about before he got fired, which is sad. He asked me if they should do this in compendium, and I said, nope, you guys should do this in omnibus format because that's the format that I think people would buy them in.
And don't forget, everyone, you can read that through DC Universe as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
They should sponsor you, Maddie.
I would love that. DC Universe should, and shows should. The Shonen Jump app, because I sing the praises all the time.
Has anyone told Omar he looks very fresh face and beautiful? Not today. Not today. Look at that Omni hunk, and I swear I'm not just being nice for Miss Marvel. You just had to throw that in there, didn't you? Just can't get a compliment.
Oh, Mary's here. Hi, Mary. Guys, Mary has a new book podcast. Everyone should go listen to it. Also, Mary's the best.
She is really sweet. I love Mary. Yeah. We go way back. 3 years.
Well, nice to meet you.
She said she would gladly do a true crime podcast with me.
What is the podcast called? Do you remember?
Mary, can you post your podcast name?
Is Shonen app great for weekly manga?
Yes. So a lot of them we get up to date. Maybe not like the day of its release, but like 2 days after, which is really good for here, and it's a legal way to do it, which is great.
Yeah.
And unless gonna destroy your computer way. Right, all those viruses on these manga sites.
Tulip chit to quit. Hey. What's up, Herminio Reyes? How you doing, buddy? Unpopular opinion. Marvel needs let me get this one first, because I love Leonard Nimoy's music career. I have to read the entire name. Unpopular opinion. Marvel needs to buy DC and merge comic universes with Secret War. No! I shouldn't have clicked that. No, they shouldn't. We have to have competition in this world, Sir Leonard Nimoy's music
Secret
career.
War 4.
What would be Spock without
Kirk?
Competition.
It's okay. I forget names all the time too.
True Grit. That's right. What was the thing you were clicking on, Maddie?
It was Ace telling me that they had a true crime story to tell me. I said, send it to me. Oh shit, my bad.
That's okay.
It's Mary M's Book Pod. All the info's on her YouTube channel too.
Okay. Mary M's Book Pod, everybody. Go check that out.
Ace just message it to me.
Okay. Near mint condition want me to email it to you. Message it to Maddie and you want to read?
Sure.
This, lesbian.
I'll tell Tina too.
It
has a true crime story.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we were talking about lesbian manga earlier. That's what I thought she was talking about.
Have we read the manga Blue Giant? I have not. Have you, Maddie?
No.
What's it about?
Oh, it looks like it's about a Japanese jazz themed manga series. That's cool.
Oh, there's not a lot of those.
Yeah.
I did read Me and the Devil Blues, and that manga surprised the hell out of me. It's only 2 volumes and was released by Del Rey, so there's not that many copies of it.
Speaking of jazz themed Japanese stories, Maddie, I got my Cowboy Bebop OST vinyl in.
Yeah, awesome. You can be vinyl friends now that I've got a record player. Someone just sent us Fleetwood Mac's Rumors this week, a friend of ours. I was like, oh
yeah, I saw that. And I got Vampire Hunter D yesterday. That was our wedding song that I walked down the aisle to.
Yep.
I love that.
Oh my God. You have the original, first of all, Wolfgang, you have the original Lum. That's the original printing, left to right format by Viz. And that's Sweet Revenge. I love Ron. She's one of my favorite characters in Lum. Have you read The Flash by Joshua Williamson? Yeah, I have. I really dig it. And the artwork is awesome too. He's been on Flash for over 5 years, I want to say. Yeah. And Andrew, you have two good questions, and I don't know which one to pick. Andrew Wilson. So I'm going to pick the one that let's do top 5 Wolverine. No, let's do this one. Let's do Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay. Omar, will you get the Yu Yu Hakusho manga collection again? I sure will. And the Hunter x Hunter if they release them. I think they're releasing them in collector's edition format. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, at least Hunter x Hunter.
That's hard to buy onto until it'll be done.
Well, I mean, look at Berserk. I've got the deluxe editions of Berserk. God only knows when that will be over.
How do you feel about the new Yu Yu Hakusho live action we're getting?
Indifferent, because I didn't know about it until just now.
Oh, we're getting a Yu Yu Hakusho live action show.
Suit, Maddie. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Xavier83. Time for a great evening with Infinity Crusade Omnibus and Game of Thrones.
Hey, you reviewed this.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Game of Thrones by Kate.
Oh, you got it. Have a great weekend.
Have a good one, Xavier. Xavier. Don't forget to smash that like button before you leave.
JT, we will absolutely do plugs. Please, let's all support each other. I have a horror movie review podcast called Incantation.
JT, I love horror movies.
There you go.
Every Friday, I get together with friends online on Teleparty. We watch scary movies together.
Well, there you go. And Christopher Perry, I couldn't find your channel, but I didn't see that you commented back. So maybe leave it in the comments of the rerun of this show.
The rerun of the no, we're not. This is a podcast. It's just on YouTube. Near my condition. What's with the delay in the Snyder Omnibus Volume 2? I was hoping for this year. I was too. We still have the fourth quarter, so maybe we'll get Absolute Swamp Thing Volume 3. We'll get Snyder Omni 2, and we'll get Mike Grell Green Arrow 2. So I hope we get it. I just realized I bought way too many Omnis this year. You're in the right place. You're amongst your kind here.
I can't find it. Can you find it, Maddie? Am I just not
find what?
His JT's channel.
Oh, I found the podcast.
Omar wears the suit, but what if Melanie wears the suit? That's when it's serious.
Oh goodness! Hey, that would be lots of fun.
Hey,
about wear that one dress that we bought years ago? Probably doesn't fit, and it was like a gorgeous royal princess, all in black, huge train that's way too fancy for a wedding. I guess you couldn't see it though.
Oh, Fraser, thank you so much. Everyone should become a patron. Best way to support the best damn channel on YouTube.
Yep,
thank you.
That is, and I'm just gonna throw out there because this is your job now, so that would be great.
Thank you, baby. Do you guys have a Spotify podcast? No. We thought about plugging the show, like when we get back together and do an MC2 or what did Maddie want to call it? Low Expectations, whatever the channel is called. Maybe we can put that stuff on Spotify. I think that's a lot more fun.
Yeah, I guess we can always talk about that here and see if we can't get recommendations for a name.
We did last week. Tina and I were.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew was writing things down. People were suggesting.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they were. I mean, like always, you guys are so witty and funny. Maddie, where did you go to find his? Was it not on YouTube?
I think over 5,000.
Not on YouTube yet, but if you look up Incantation Podcast on Apple Podcasts, you can find it there.
Oh, okay. I'm so old.
In 2020, American, European, and Manga. That is awesome. Also, is that? I can't tell, but is that the Blue Ranger? That's the Blue Ranger, right? Because it's got the Triceratops horn.
Oh, but we don't. What's 5,000 pounds in American money?
Our YouTube channel is called Incantation Podcast, Melanie.
Oh, okay, thank you. And Nocturne's down for Melanie reviewing stuff in fancy. Oh, what if I give me
got 3 in my closet?
Yeah, and we could like spin around and like.
All my prom dresses.
You guys know that my suit.
I wear my wedding dress. I have no excuse. I can't wear it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, wear sure. You two wear gowns. Maybe our subscriber rate will go, or maybe our Patreon will go up. I'm a newer viewer, But since I started watching 2 months ago, I have purchased 3 omnibus in 2 weeks and have 2 more on the way. So rest in peace, my wallet.
Good for you,
Brandon. You are
got it.
amongst your kind. Nobody's here to judge you. You know.
Oh, it was in euros, not pounds.
Oh, sorry.
Gosh, I'm so.
Everybody here is in the same boat, man. It's in the same boat. It's like $6,500. Yeah, that you got it. What would be the next book after X Factor Peter David Volume 1? I assume X Factor Investigations, which they might call X Factor by Peter David Volume 2. I don't know. Ooh, that is a dorky. Thank you, Partworks Comics Reader. That is a dorky but really cool name.
Yeah.
Andrew would like that.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
That's a T-shirt idea right there. That's awesome.
Right there, that is.
Our
there you go.
Our condolences.
Subscribe, JT.
Our condolences to your wallet.
Oh no, for sure. It's a slippery slope. Ever since joining this channel and joining like comic book groups, forget about it.
Forget about
it.
I too started off recently, only the Infinity Gauntlet. I said 6 omnis later.
Yeah.
I always tell people to, get what you want or focus on a series that you like. If you like Spider-Man, get all those. If you like X-Men, get it's a lot of X-Men though. Get just Uncanny. You don't have to get Excalibur. You don't have to get New Mutants unless some jerk on the internet's telling you this is so good and let me tell you why. If you like the cosmic stuff, there's plenty. I think we're at that point, at least with Marvel. We'll get to DC. I think DC will get there eventually, where you can pick and choose. Okay, I'm only interested in Captain America, or I only like Hulk. I feel like for the people that only like Alpha Flight, you guys came off as crooks because all you have is Alpha Flight Volume 1. Everybody else is just having to spend money on all these other X titles and things. So we've come a long way.
Unlike some people we know, Omar, it's not a bad thing. You don't have to be completionist with your collection either. Yeah, there's a lot of books out there and there's a lot of formats too, which is great. I don't think I'd be happy with just digital, although I'm very thankful that there's digital options for stuff, for books that maybe I don't want to own. But I'm also one of those people that never sells books either. So I'm ruined forever. Just keep buying books. I'll never sell them.
You guys, don't stop.
You guys are
Alpha Flight. No.
Where's Michael Emmon? Did he really think I was booting him off? I recently got all the new Teen Titans Omnibus, so I can catch up with Volume 5 and 6. I hope you enjoy them.
I need to catch up too.
Where they influence you to buy about everything because of rave reviews.
Somebody just sharing the passion.
Somebody had a really, really good comment, and I cannot find it. Oh, here's one from Greg Garlou. This guy collects comics, toys, movies, anime, manga, Godzilla, and Japanese toys. Yeah, my wallet cries itself.
I am right there with you. It's all of these things, and then I still like to do things like buy new fashionable clothes or stuff for my house or normal people
fashionable clothes that you have to wear on the channel so you can write them off as a tax write-off. I'm just saying. It's a what's it called?
Books.
I do only get what I like. The problem is I like
everything.
Yes, thank you.
Problem. That's also.
I also blame my ADHD with hyperfixation. I'm sure there's some of you in the chat too that understand. But when I like things, I don't just like things. I really like things, which is why I bought so many Star Wars things this week. There's no chill. I don't have it.
You get it. You get it. Yeah.
I do that with YouTube channels. When I discover a YouTube channel, I'm like, I got to watch every single video.
I have obviously I have a addictive personality where, I gotta have to have it. But the way that I see it though is at least this isn't I'm not addicted to other things like
drugs. I love how that's always the thing. You're
my thing always is at least it's not hookers and blow because I would be dead by now.
That's a fair thing. I think there's a lot of addictive personalities or traits in my family, and I'm just addicted to geeky shit. So that's pretty good.
And I think that's good though. Well, I say that because I'm a geek. I don't know if I should buy the Nightfall Omnis or wait for a reprint. Isn't just Volume 3 out of print? Is Volume 1 and 2 out of print now? Omar, are you excited for Sicebert? I tell you who I'm excited about. He loves Dr. Nemesis, so I'm excited that he's using him. And I'm glad that Nightcrawler gets the spotlight for a little bit. So, yeah, it's a new X title. Oh, Josh. I'm just glad Omar hasn't gone in deep with those Super 7s. I haven't shown them on the channel, but I did get the Ninja Turtles Wave 1 and 2 and the Thundercats, and I've got them all on pre-order. I did not dive into the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, even though I want to, but I also know how much that's going to be, so I know. Hi, all. Oh, why don't you read them?
Okay. Great work with the channel. Omar, any comic where you've triple or quadruple dips?
Yes, a lot. Dude, death in me, quadruple shit. I wish I was that lucky. Sorry. I have, what's a sextuple dip? Look, Death and Return of
Sextuplet.
Oh, no, that's when you have a bunch of babies that are 6 babies. Anyway, Death and Return of Superman. Bought the single issues, bought the crappy trade paperback that came out in the 90s. We didn't have a thing called trade paperbacks back then, really. Bought the newer, slicker trade paperbacks. Bought the first printing of the Death and Return of Superman, which was a crappy standard size hardcover, but they called it an omnibus with newsprint paper. Bought the updated one. That's 5 times, right? And bought the third printing because of the fold-out page. The only reason I bought it was because of that fold-out page, because I'm like, ooh, Dan Jurgens fold-out page. No, I'm not that stupid. Even in my video where I was like, should I buy this? I said, I'm not buying it. 2 months later, so here's my overview of the Death and Return of Superman third printing.
I think
6 times in the movie theater when it came out in 2001.
Buffy for me. Anything Buffy. I'm just supporting everything they put out. As far as video games, I triple or quadruple dip on any Suicode and stuff, just in case a copy breaks. I want to make sure I have 3 other copies.
Oh, wow.
In English and Japanese.
Oh, the only thing I have that I've got 2 copies of because I'm afraid it's going to break is
Final Fantasy 10?
No.
She's bought every freaking and maybe
I keep buying 10 too, because I'm like, oh well, I already own these, but I'll buy it on PS3. Ooh, I should buy it on PS4. So it was a little bit nicer.
No, it's Xenogears, Perfect Works.
The art book,
the art book, and it's in Japanese. And he had a copy, I have a copy. Finally, I've decided to sell my copy, but we never could sell it. So we still have 2. I'm like, what are the breaks?
And here's where I bring in my buddy Rob, who's a part of this channel, where he purposely has the good intention. He buys, like he bought, let's use Final Fantasy X. He bought Final Fantasy X on PS2, had good memories, loved it. He bought the PS3 version. He bought the PS Vita version. He bought the PS4 version and never opened any of them because he's like, well, I didn't play the PS3 upgraded version, so I'll play the PS4 for sure.
Lunar.
A lot. Oh, Lunar. See,
every time Lunar releases another version of Lunar, I buy it. Every time.
The game.
Brian, thank you for the comment here. I got into this channel because Omar would always show off the spines of Omnis, and I'm so picky about how they look on my show.
Me too.
So I'm glad I can help. And now they're variant spines, right? So when I do my overviews of upcoming books, I need to ask David if they can send me a
extra one.
No, not an extra one. I'm not that greedy. Well, maybe if I give it away. But anyway, like the just the high resolution of what the dust jacket looks like, so people can see which one they like better.
I have a question for you in the chat. How do you all like to pre-order your omnibuses? Because I don't typically. But this year I'm gonna have to think about it.
There are only a couple of places that let you, and one place that is secure. But the problem was, with the low stock and these books, just Tales of Wonder is a mess. Now, I'm not just saying that because they don't sponsor the show. IST doesn't sponsor the show, but I can talk, about them in high regards because I've shopped there for many years. Yeah. Tales of Wonder is just a mess. Even if you pre-order from Tales of Wonder, they let you pre-order past the final cutoff date, which is ridiculous. Nobody should let you do that. Because you think you're locked in on a book, and then they're like, oh, sorry, we accidentally sold your book. And the problem is they share the same stock with in-stock trades. So some of the books that people pre-ordered to Tales of Wonder, this really aggravated me, were sold to people buying them from in-stock trades. Like I had so many of my people emailing me, asking me, what do you think is happening here? And then I found out that's what happened. Yeah. Because whether it's a bad employee, a new employee, or an employee that doesn't care from the warehouse, they're shipping your books to someone else. That sucks because you've had your book pre-order. So the only place really that does it successfully is DCBS.
Well, and how early? Because you can't.
Books are pre-ordered like 6 months sometimes ahead of time, but you have to pay for it ahead of time too. Now, I've had some people tell me that their books were canceled even though they paid for it, and I'm like, that should never happen. I don't know how that happened. Thank you so much, Johnny Alpha. Before I found your channel, I just wanted to get back into comics and get a few Batman and Flash comics. Recently, I had to buy my 4th shelf because I have no more space for all.
One of us.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Thank you,
Breakfast of Champions. That looks good, boy. I haven't eaten yet.
And you know what? It's 101. I'm hungry.
Oh, is it? Okay, baby.
Happy Saturday,
Happy Saturday, y'all.
In honor of these crazy times, America, what are your favorite comics with political themes? I've never heard good things about. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I've heard good things about We Stand by Brian K. Vaughan.
We Stand on Guard is freaking awesome. It's Canada versus the U.S. in this ridiculous robot futuristic fight. It's awesome. It's only 6 issues. Drawn by Steve Scrooge, who was a comic book artist in the 90s, drew X-Man, drew Spider-Man, and then went on to do movies like storyboards for The Matrix is the most famous one that he did. But I'm going to recommend another Brian K. Vaughan, and that is Ex Machina, where the guy becomes the president, and he's also a superhero. Superman's run with Jeff Loeb, where he's president, or where Lex Luthor's president of the United States, is a pretty damn good run. It's fun, but Ex Machina, and you're right, We Stand on Guard is freaking awesome. You're not gonna regret it. Go ahead, Maddie.
I really recommend Open Borders.
Okay.
It's a second book. It's written by Brian Kaplan, illustrated by Zach Wiener-Smith. It's Open Borders, the science and ethics of immigration. It's really, really well done, very informative, and very unbiased as far as like one side or the other. It's just giving you the information about immigration. And as somebody who comes from like an international diplomacy background, that kind of politics, I really, really like it. I really recommend it.
It's interesting because most people try to forget politics when they're reading comics. Like myself, I really don't think about it until I'm reading the comic book. And that's why I found Ex Machina to be pretty exceptional. As Tales from Things from Another World, I used to order from them a lot. Now, if you didn't know, Things from Another World is kind of like the front end of Dark Horse Comics. So they sell a lot of Dark Horse comics for cheap. And they have these amazing sales twice a year, or they used to, where things every week would add up. Like 1 week, it will be 50% off, 60% off, 70%, and up to 90% off. You can add things to your cart. But if somebody pulls them from your cart, then they're gone. So you almost are fighting for these liquidated sales.
Wow. Okay, so how many of your last question are you going to do?
I don't know. Two more.
Okay.
Let's do 2 more. Let's see.
Yeah, people suggesting things. And what about, is the phenomenon
Transmetropolitan? Damn it. How did I forget about that? Thank you so much. Transmetropolitan, 100%. The great suggestion.
Is Omnibus Volume 2 something?
Out of print? Is it?
No, I don't know. It
is
already out of print.
I don't know. Let me see if I can find out really quick while we're all on here together.
Okay.
They are reprinting Volume 1 for those that missed it. And then Volume 3, I think, is both covers are coming back.
What about your next Mad Max?
Ooh, that is on January 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I need to talk about, I think we're doing Wolverine 3 or New Mutants 2. That's the ones that my co-hosts have decided on. One of those two. Angry Melanie is about to drop the fire. She went off earlier on somebody. I didn't even see that comment. How'd you catch that?
Because I sit here and read while you're talking. I'm multitasking.
Daniel Johnson, a reprint of Hokuto no Ken, Ultimate Art Book, Fist of the North Star in the future. I would love that. I have Bastard. I have Berserk. What else do I have? A lot of anime and manga art books. Oh, Diamond Breed Collectors, he would know. Omnibus 2 was still available earlier this week on Diamond. So, the next week's guy, I love it. You people keeping me on keeping me in line. All right, next week we have an advanced look at the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 2 reprint. We are also doing. That's when Booster Gold Reading Order comes out. My most anticipated collected editions in 2021. No top 10, no top 20, because I was like, I'm not gonna limit myself. I'm just gonna talk about different types of books. There is also some trade paperbacks on Tuesday from Marvel that I'll be doing overviews of. There's a couple of other things. I haven't thought that far into the future. Because Judge Dredd is the third week. Judge Dredd is the third week of this month.
Fill out your
Because
calendar.
I'm almost done with those. Yeah, man. So Cinebooks were their shipment got lost over here. So I don't know what happened. I need to contact Jerome over there to see what's going on. And no confirmation, no 100% confirmation yet. We've just talked about JMS Volume 1, Daily Show. Asterix, I want to read that first. Oh, my haul for December. I haven't done that yet. What the hell? That will come either Monday or Wednesday next week. So there you go. We'll do it live. Hit that like button, everybody. Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you.
So everybody, thank you so much for watching. We are on Patreon. Great way to support the channel. We are also on Redbubble, but we're looking at other outlets for that stuff right now because Redbubble isn't the greatest to maneuver around. Check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. What else, ladies? Was there anything else? Oh, I suck at signing off. I
can't remember
check out our Patreon. You can vote for new winners.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Now I remember my catchphrase. All right.
What?
Here's the new one.
Okay.
Wait, did I say stay geeky?
Oh,
All
my
right,
gosh.
stay geeky until the next time. No!
Until the next time. You're so cute. What is... Oh, my gosh. Really? Ven Omnibus 2 is now on back order. That escalated quickly. I got up in front of me. Oh, my gosh. Really? Dang, Omar's OnlyFans. I forgot to plug that. I've got two in there. My aunt and my my great aunt, which is really awkward.
Creepy.
Everybody, thank you all so much for joining us. Have a
Bye,
wonderful
guys.
weekend. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Maddie, for joining us.
Yeah.